Reverend James Tingley. Reverend Tingley.
We are very disappointed this afternoon. Of course, we want prayer sent out to Armand Smith, who is in the hospital, I believe. Is this right, Mr. Smith? All right. And we need your prayers because he has suffered a mild heart attack. And we know that the power of God will revive him. He's anxious to come. He right now, I know faithfully, is with us in mind. And I thank God for that. This afternoon, I want to remind you of our duties as Christian followers of that great masterful Spirit who came upon this earth plane. He gave us understanding. He gave us a voice to speak for ourselves. That voice sometimes is not spoken by idle words alone, but by inner thoughts, inner ambitions that we set up within ourselves. We must have a direction, a great direction to follow. Sometimes it is very difficult to become and remain a Christian in this topsy-turvy world. It is a world that sways us from here today and like that. Going the wrong direction is my subject this afternoon. And I found this written here. And a drunken man was driving down a one-way street against the traffic. A policeman spotted him and pulled him over. He said, the officer, "Just where do you think you're going?" He said, "I do not know." The drunk answered, "But it looks like I'm late because everybody's coming back." The same thing happens to us, friends. We get caught up in the crowd, and in the condition of our lives, we wind up going the wrong way down a one-way street. How many of us have done that? We do not know where we are going, but because everybody else seems to be coming from there, we keep heading in that direction. How true. How true. So let us take time. Let us take time to work. Work diligently unto the Lord. Now, work in our everyday expression of life must be considered very important and is essential. But are you happy in your work? The first poise that you should take is to remind yourself, I am happy with my job. I am happy. I am happy with my job. A complete transformation will take place when you voice that within yourself. I am happy to work diligently for my sustenance of the day, faithfully for the greatness that God has given me the strength, and Spirit abides with me within. I am to take that direction. Take time out to think. It is the source of power. Your thinking, your ability to think, is masterful all over beasts and animals like this. The mind to think with, direct those thoughts so that the source of power will be ignited. And I am sure, in this great age where psychic power is recognized most of all, we know that it ignites within us that source of power. We find that within us that we are establishing us inward and spiritual security and a spiritual bond between God and ourselves. All of a sudden, we become alive with that source of power. There isn't a thing that we cannot accomplish, whatsoever it may be, by thinking directly, thinking beyond the trials and the tribulations that we seemingly have, thinking beyond the conditions that are around us, or those of the plights of others that we face each and every day. Think and program this thinking to the point where you're going to be a happy person. So it is a matter of taking time to do the thing. First, take time to work for that goal. Then to think. Now take time to play, for the secret of playing is youth. You can keep yourself young and in spirit. You can keep yourself vitalized, and there is no reason why. Somebody says, oh, but I'm tired. I am too tired. But you will find that a little recreation, fellowship with one another, and exemplifying your exact ability to be a part of life is the secret of youth. Take time to read. It is the foundation of knowledge. Each and every day I pick up something to read, to direct me. Another person's thought might be a guiding light to your happiness. Oh, but I have nothing to do whatsoever. There is everything to do in this life. We are provided by the greatest source of education the world has ever known. So pick up not just the Bible alone, but the Bible's important. But pick up something. Read something constructive. Just don't wait for the evening news, the noon news, to have something of a diabolical nature come across your mind. But think and to read something that is good for you. Take time to do these things, and you will find the foundation of knowledge building up. Take time to worship God. It is your highway of great reverence. I thank God each day that I get up with the salutation of the dawn. I worship God not just by reading the Bible, but by doing His will, by taking that first step forward, by making myself alive with the spirit of reverence that I revere, I respect, and I have knowledge of His presence. Oh, His omnipotent presence. And in the true Christian Spiritualist Church, no other church that I know that expresses better the reverence of God. The reverence of God and His ability to be within. My ability to be and become. My ability to be a part of His plan. So take time out to worship every day. It is the highway of reverence. Take time to enjoy your friends. It is a source of happiness. You may think, I don't have time, but take time to smile. To take time to be with your friends, just for a moment. Sometimes it can change the course of that one day. That one day. To be friendly, to accept life as a time of heaven. To enjoy your friends, that is truly the source of happiness. Man makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. Take time out, most of all, to live. Are you living? Ask that question to yourself. Take time to live. It is the one sacrament of life that is most important. Now take time also to dream, for it hitches the soul to the stars. Take time out to dream. It hitches the soul to the stars. It is very important. I can remember reading the whole Bible. It says, old men shall have dreams, young men shall have vision. But we can become one and all by doing both. Take time out to laugh. It is a singing that helps life's load. Many times, just laugh outside. Somebody says, why? They'll think we're foolish. What are you laughing at? Well, I'm laughing at myself sometimes. But if it's necessary to do so, just have a good laugh, and you will find a great relief. It is the greatest dose of medicine that I've ever found. Take time out to pray. It brings Christ near and washes the dust of the earth from your eyes. take time to pray. Serene, I hold my hands in prayer and I wait. So remember, friends, this is going in the right direction. Going in the right direction. It is making your day. It's making your day by just taking time out to do these simple things. So many of us have forgotten the wonderful thing. Life is a routine to most of the people in the world today. It's the getting up and the lying down, the forgetting all the wonderful beauties that God has given us, neglecting to do these things that I have mentioned this afternoon. It is out of tune with the infinite. When Christ taking the three up to the mount, he said, let us pray, let us pray. Let us glorify our God with our prayers. Let us shout unto the mountains, and they shall claim our voice. God shall hear us in all our ways, and he does. And out of that manifestation upon that mountain, I can see it in my eyes today. There appeared Moses and Elijah, who had been dead, so as to speak. They were so enthralled with beauty that they had taken within them. They said, O Lord, let us make 3 tabernacles unto thee. And he said, oh, keep it close. But what he meant by keep it close, let it abide within your consciousness. Let it sink in. Have that joy that you have felt by that manifestation. So, when you go into your meditations in the morning for the new day, wipe away those clouds that hang heavily like a pall over your being. Wipe away those clouds. Breathe in that oxygen. There isn't a morning that I don't get up and I just breathe in fresh oxygen. But I breathe it in with a prayer on my lips and in my heart. This is my day. This is the one eternal hour of my life. And I'm walking in the right direction. It will come. Disappointments, yes. As was spoken by the minister of healing. We will have struggles. We will have difficulties. But they will transform themselves into greatness if we think in the right direction. So are we going the right direction? Ask that to yourself. Are we taking time out to do these things of work with love and joy in our heart, with thanksgiving in our spirit? Soon we'll arrive at that Thanksgiving period. I hope it isn't just another day. I hope it's that day, that special day that wakens you to the great consciousness that you are alive. We are alive. Don't sit and ponder war or the crisis in the Gulf all the time, which is printed so boldly in front of us. But think of that day that I can change. I have a special part and place in that. As you all know, I told it to you 100 times or more, that we all have a part to place and a place in this life, which reads, isn't it strange that princes and kings and clowns that caper in sawdust rings and common folk like you and me are all builders of eternity? To each is given a bag of tools, a rather shapeless mass, but a book of rules, and each must make, ere life has flown, a stumbling block or a stepping stone. I think that's beautiful. I shall never forget it. And I like the words of the pastor of the church when he says, I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. I'd rather one would walk with me than merely show me the way. For the eye is but a pupil. It's more willing than the ear. Fine counsel is confusing, but examples always clear. So take examples of what I have said this afternoon. Going the wrong direction or the right direction. Taking time out to work in love and peace, to be happy. We are a happy group of people. We are happy. Oh Lord, I'm glad to be alive this morning. Let me take that first step forward, for I know that thou shalt with me. And we have that blessing that his angels have guard over us. All we have to do is open our mouth and utter those words through our thinking capacity to direct our pathways, and you'll see things all falling in order in line. Life is not out of order. We are. Life is not out of kilter. We are. And so, I know that God is going to direct us into the pathway of the right direction. If we take time to do these things, I thank God like this. Think about these things, and this is the message I want to leave you with.
Thank you, Reverend. That was beautiful.